The CEO Mindset is brought to you by
Hill & Company 12 Event Design.
You are now tuned into the CEO Mindset, bringing you trending topics that will engage you to level up in your business while equipping you to maximize your business opportunities and empower you to boldly step into your business brand and be more visible. This is the CEO Mindset. A CEO is bold, optimistic, vibrant, and successful, leaving a legacy, spreading money-making vibes with a wealth mindset to match her grind. She dreams big. CEOs have no limitations, and when obstacles come, they knock them down gracious. Choosing her own path, a CEO never lowers her aim for someone else's gain. She's wise in her steps. CEOs move in silence, breaking barriers, running businesses, securing the bag, making investments, creating perfect credit. Now that's the CEO Mindset.
Welcome to the CEO Mindset. I'm Nicole Gates, your brandologist.
And I'm Katrina Kimball, your holistic wellness consultant.
And today, as always, we start our episode of the CEO Mindset with a wonderful wine tasting.
Absolutely.
And so we want to celebrate, right? So this is kind of, I guess it's about our halfway mark of the season.
Midpoint. Yep.
So we want to celebrate with you. And today we brought a sparkling wine, which is usually, it's known as a celebratory wine, right?
Absolutely.
Sparkling wine is amazing for anything. My oldest daughters would say it's great for every Sunday. We have
yeah, we make mimosas.
Sunday brunch, make mimosas, right?
Brunch. Yep.
So, I like to share with people, I've seen a couple of different things being done with sparkling wine, some really cool things. For Easter, we did what we call a double bubble brunch, right?
Okay, so what's that?
Just two different sparkling wines.
Okay. I hadn't heard that one before.
Double bubbles, right?
Okay.
So we had a rosé sparkling wine and we had a regular sparkling wine. And what we did was we set up a mimosa bar. So we had a variety of juices. So we had mango, we had peach, we had cranberry juice, you can mix with it, and of course orange juice.
Okay.
But just to give a kind of a variety of flavors, right? Great way to serve sparkling wine. Sparkling wine is used for some of everything, weddings and anniversaries and Valentine's Day and Sweetest Day. I know we don't celebrate that here,
but yeah.
But up north, where I'm from,
it's a very
they
well-known
actually celebrate
Sweetest
Day in October.
Absolutely.
And the men like to think that that's their personal holiday.
Sunday.
But we'll let them think whatever, right? It works.
Well, let them have one. Let them have one.
We'll give them one. We'll give them one. We'll show y'all some love in October. So sparkling wine is always, anytime you see a sparkling wine, you're always going to find chocolate and you're always going to find strawberries, right? Since the beginning of time, sparkling wine has always been served with those two things. Milk chocolate, amazing with sparkling wine. Strawberries go so well. So what we did on our brunch for Easter was really cool. Found this idea on Pinterest. Love Pinterest. I'm like a Pinterest junkie, y'all. So I found this little idea where you take the sparkling wine and you actually take a mason jar.
Okay.
You put your strawberries down in there and you let them sit for a couple of days so they absorb the sparkling. Okay. Amazing. Never done that before, but absolutely amazing. So I would encourage you to try it if you do brunch. Okay. Maybe you do brunch with your business partners or something.
Can you go and take those strawberries out that absorbed the wine? Can you then dip them in chocolate?
Sure. Why not?
Because we know that's a great
absolutely
put them on,
put them on some parchment paper or some paper towels or whatever, to kind of absorb some of the wetness, and then do the dip.
Then dip them.
I would definitely do that. Okay. Sparkling wine. I know we have popcorn up here, but popcorn, chocolate, strawberries always go well with any kind of wine, I would like to say. But
absolutely.
There's so many other things. You got a variety of cheeses that work well with sparkling wine. But just remember, sparkling wine is, find a reason to celebrate. That's what I always say.
It's nothing else. Just invite some friends over and
Absolutely.
and say, tonight we're going to do something different instead of having your regular traditional movie
night.
It. Yeah,
we've done it. Girls' night in.
We've had a girl nights in when we watched a movie and we tried wine. So
Right.
you can always find a reason to gather. I know right now with the way everything is going, you have to do it virtually, but we do know there's going to be a time when we can all gather again, and you can always come up with ideas.
Absolutely.
Actually, I was thinking about being with the virtual. I saw someone the other day, they were hosting a ribbon cutting virtually because
really cool. Yeah.
the COVID-19 couldn't gather, but everybody had their glass and they were celebrating them starting their business. Even in the midst of everything that's going on, you still have a reason to celebrate.
Absolutely. We become so incredibly innovative when it comes to celebrating different things, because things are still happening. There's businesses popping up out of the, oh my God, like everywhere. So celebrate that.
Absolutely.
Do it if you got to do it, on a Zoom or on Google Hangouts or whatever. Celebrate your success. So today, this topic today.
Our topic today is one that I find a lot of business owners struggle with. It's called invest in your rest. We invest so much in our product, in our services. We want to make sure we got the best equipment, we got the best software. We want to make sure we got the best looking website. We put so much time and energy into those external things.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But one of the things I think we could serve us well is if we learn how to invest in our rest, because that's just not something we're taught. I recently read an article in Forbes magazine, and it talked about the United States as being one of the most worked countries when you compare us to other countries, where people actually take what they call holiday, where they take months off or weeks off.
Yes.
And most people in America, even if they do receive, let's say, a week of vacation, on average, most people don't even take their week of vacation.
Right.
We tend to
work past it.
That. We tend to roll those times over. So one of the things I think that's important, because it happened to me when I first started my business. I was working so hard trying to go to this meeting, trying to connect with this person, and I found myself almost running myself into the ground.
Wow.
And the one thing that I never thought to put on my schedule was time to actually rest myself. And I found that when I did not take that time, I could not be my best when I went out, because, in my job, I speak a lot.
Right.
So I'm a trainer, I'm a teacher. And so you have to rest your voice.
So I'm curious, how much rest do you get on an average day? I put you on the spot.
Well,
Because
that's
I
real
think
easy for me.
We all try to burn the midnight oil.
Oil.
And we know that it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. We're drained, you're not your best self. But typically, how much rest are you getting?
For me, I try to make sure I set aside, and I know this might sound strange, but I'll even use my lunch hour. I will plan me an hour to just get away. I'll turn off my laptop. I won't be on my computer. Even if I'm teaching a class, when we take the class taste-day break, I don't usually go to lunch with the group. I will go either sit in my car.
Separate.
I'll go somewhere and get quiet and get still, because being constantly moving around it combats with my energy level. So when we come back to the CEO Mindset, we're going to talk about the importance of investing in your rest, and we will hope that you will come back and join us. So make sure you have your notebook, your pen, and get ready to take down some notes.
Make a statement without saying a word. Neckology 101 is a leading provider of eclectic and unique neck art in the form of jewelry. They provide an unparalleled selection of quality products, an easy shopping experience, expedited shipping offers, and exceptional customer service. Check out their collection online today. At Christy Taylor Consulting, we understand that consulting and coaching is key to your success. We provide insight and creative strategies in the areas of radio, TV, film, and music. We assist creative entrepreneurs and businesses with professional and personal development. Within our media training division, we offer entertainers and executives tailored programs to identify one's personal narrative, craft a compelling message, prep for media interviews, and public speaking. For your client discovery session, go to ChristyTaylorConsulting.com. The Fruition Complex is a community of forward-thinking creatives and professionals who share a common goal of owning and operating a successful business. The Fruition Complex offers its members access to a collaborative work environment, invaluable networking opportunities, and a list of business development services. Call today, 901-779-2385.
Rest is a reward for productivity. So why do we treat it like a cuss word? If you do not rest, it negatively impacts your performance and consequently your business. You begin to experience lower enthusiasm, tiredness, reduced optimism, a bleaker outlook for the future, and serious health issues. It is important as an entrepreneur that we find balance between work and life. Stay tuned for some tips to help you rest effectively.
So Katrina, we were talking about just getting some rest, right? I know even myself, I'm so guilty, right? I'm always up trying to burn the midnight oil. For a long time, I used to think that, as a business owner, I was required to do that, right?
Yeah, that's
so
that fallacy.
I would sacrifice. My mom used to get on my case, telling me, "Oh my God, when you get my age, you're not gonna be any good, right?" And I was like, "Whatever that means." I don't know what that means. I'm working, Mom. You know. But I think there's a lot of negative stigma that comes along with rest. A lot of people think that if I don't, if I lay down and I take a nap, that's money I'm missing out on, or they feel guilty about not working their business, or they feel guilty about, because I did.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I thought I was missing something.
Oh yeah.
I would take like
too.
a 20-minute cat nap and be like, oh my God, I think I missed, I missed out on something, and I wasn't missing anything. A lot of times we feel like we don't have enough time, we can't do it. We got to make up for lost time. We miss out. We start just getting behind them. We think we're getting. I think it's a mindset.
And it is. It's a mindset.
We think we're getting behind, but we're really not.
Because what we're programmed to think is that if you're not doing something, then you're not productive. We've been programmed within our society that says if you're not being actively engaged in something, or you're not participating in something with a group of people, then you're being lazy, or you're not being counterproductive. That's not true. And that is so not true, because one of the things that I see in the business I work in, because I work in healthcare, when you don't make time to rest, you might as well make time to be sick, because you're going to get sick. Oh. You only have two choices.
Say that again.
You're gonna either make time to be well,
you're making time
and rest.
To be
you're making
sick.
time to be sick. You're making time to be ill. And what we don't understand is that, just like your phone, you know how you have to shut your phone off sometimes?
Right.
We have to shut ourselves off. Even in our industry, and when you're working to have your own business, I know I went through a season when I was trying to jump in. I was killing myself trying to go to networking events. I was trying to go to this networking event. I was trying to go over here to the Tower Room. I was running around trying to get over to East Memphis. And I was burning my car and running my car down. And I remember when I went to go get my oil changed, the guy asked me, he said, "What do you do for a living?" He's like, "This oil in this car looks terrible."
Yeah.
And I thought about that. I said, if I'm running my car that hard, and I'm the one driving the car, then what am I doing to myself? And I had to kind of step back and go, wait a minute. What am I doing, and how am I adding any value, not only to myself, but to my business, by doing all this running and trying to be at these different networking events?
So how does that show up in our brand, right? So we're talking about building our brand and being more visible. If you're not getting enough rest, like how does that show up?
Well, I think one of the things that I learned from that is that I was not making authentic relationships. I found myself just collecting business cards. I mean, I would get home, I have a whole stack of business cards. I
who is this?
I couldn't remember half the people I talked to. I was like, wait a minute. Was she the girl in the pink dress or the girl in the blue dress?
Right.
And so what I learned that works for me is I try to be intentional. I try to be strategic. Like when I go to a networking event, first of all, I don't go to everybody's networking event. For example, if the hairstylist or of association is having an event, I'm not a hairstylist. Right. I don't need to go invest my time in that. I have a cousin that owns a boutique. She designs clothes. I have no interest in that, but I love her. But when when the boutique group have a meeting, that's not in my line.
Right.
So I have to make sure that whenever I move my car, I'm moving it for a purpose, and it's going to connect me to the people that's going to eventually lead me to making some cash. And so I try to make sure before I move my car, I go take my time. I ask myself, why am I going to this event? Who am I trying to connect with? Who am I trying to build a relationship? What organization I need to get to know? Because you will find yourself going to all of these networking events and after hour events and ribbon cuttings and all these different events, and you have nothing to show for it.
And maybe never even accomplish what you actually set out to do, right? So when we're networking, we want to make strategic and really good contacts, people that we can do business with, form relationships with, I always say.
And when I go, I started doing this. I take only 5 cards with me. That way I know I won't give out more than I'm supposed to.
Wow. Wait, only 5 cards?
Because,
wow.
for example,
Okay.
you and I've been talking about this,
good.
about rebranding my business because,
Right.
you know, making some changes within my business. Well, one of the things I know that I need is somebody to help me update my website. I don't know anything about a website. So when I go out, I'm looking for somebody with a website experience. People that design website, I bring 5 cards.
5 cards.
If you're an attorney, I don't need an attorney. I have one of those. If you're in marketing, I don't have one of those. I have you.
Right.
If you walk up to me and you say, okay, I sell eyeshadows. I'm not into eyeshadows right now. I'm intentionally going here. Where can I find somebody that does websites, that has IT background? And those are the only people I give cards to. Now, if someone meets me and they say, hey, I'd like to have your information, I'll always ask them, can I have your card?
And I'll email.
And I'll get their information.
Sure.
And I'll even make a note on the back of their card. I met Mr. Anderson and,
Right,
and we're
and
going to
what it
talk
meant.
about whatever topic. And I use that. That way I'm not putting my energy into the wrong thing because I don't want to lose my scope because I came to this event, I came here and I'm looking for an IT and a website person.
I love the idea of 5 cards because that keeps you very strategic when you're networking. You know what you're going to look for. You know, and you may or may not find it at that event.
Yeah.
But it keeps you from just passing out cards because
And
you have some people that pass out cards like
I went through a season that I
like
went
they're
through a
dealing
season.
cards.
I did. I went through a season. I think everybody had a green card for me. I
Right.
mean, I went through business cards, and then it didn't help. I had some brochures, and I was like, people are running from me. I'm passing out too many things, and because you get so caught up in, I got to get in front of people. I got to get in front of people, and that just does not always serve you well. So as we continue this conversation at the She Mindset, when you come back, we're going to talk about some tips on how you can invest in your rest so that you can be your best. So we thank you for joining us, and we hope you have your notepad and your pen and come back as we continue this conversation.
1015 Take the Shot Studios offers photography, shooting real-time moments, creating lifetime memories, and videography, connecting the dots, linking the past, creating the tapestry of the future. 1015 Take the Shot Studios, a visual storyteller in Memphis. It's time to pop some flair into your style at Iona's Closet. Wonderful clothes and outstanding customer service. A wide selection of casual and consignment clothes for the woman of style at Iona's Closet in Memphis. Hill & Company 12 Event Design. Royalty Wellness Spa is committed to providing you with a quality service in an intimate and friendly environment. They offer anti-aging medical treatments that improve the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, fill lips, voluminize cheeks, and improve deep folds. They also offer treatments that can improve energy, decrease fat, and improve hair, skin, and nails. Call 901-779-2385. Align Therapy is a full-service community-based rehabilitation clinic specializing in manual therapy. They provide a more personalized experience for their clients. Align Therapy's goal is to help their patients become their best selves. Call 901-877-2244.
Wine? Because it's not good to keep things all bottled up. Enjoy the lifestyle of all things uncorked, especially when you're wine touring with Gates Uncorked. Gates Uncorked invites you to wind down and host your very own private in-home wine tasting with family and friends. Call 901-466-6703 to book today.
Awaken Wellness Consulting mission is to aim, advocate, inform, and motivate individuals to engage in whole person wellness to address real-life challenges. Awaken Wellness Consulting strives to equip and empower individuals in the world to discover whole person wellness. Ready to change your life? Book a consultation at awakenwellnessconsulting.com.
Here are some tips that can help entrepreneurs rest effectively. 1. Automate your business processes. You must understand that you alone cannot do all the things that need to be done to keep your business going. You are only one person. 2. Avoid distractions during rest. Distractions can come in several forms and magnitudes, but the ones that affect you the most are the little ones that we seem to underestimate, like that text message or call or email. 3. Sleep adequately and properly, making sure you get 7 to 8 hours a night. Shut down all devices and gadgets before you sleep. Don't sleep in a chair. You need to sleep in on a comfortable mattress and accompanying pillow that suits your body type. Avoid alcohol intake before you sleep. Do not eat food with a lot of sugar before you sleep. 4. Make going on a vacation a deliberate routine. Chronic stress without a break makes you more irritable, less able to sleep soundly, and more likely to be depressed and anxious. To this end, you need to take a vacation time as an essential part of your work-life balance.
Invest in your rest so you can be the best.
Absolutely.
You left us with that statement, and I was like, wow, Katrina got bars. But that's a powerful statement. Invest in your rest so you can be the best, right? Because I think everybody that starts a business, I don't think they start with, I want to fail, right?
No.
They may fail, but they don't want to.
No.
So we do want to be our best. And so how can we rectify the rest issue? Because I think that's something, people are afraid to just take a little downtime. They want to always stay ahead of the game.
Absolutely.
They want to always be on the cutting edge. And I get all that.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But if you're not your best person,
Yeah.
you are already crumbling your brand, right?
I call it when you start to kind of lose yourself in the inside. And I think the challenge for us is that every person has to decide, redefine, what does rest look like to me? What may work for you may not work for me.
That's true.
And I think so often, specifically women, we are so busy trying to be like this person or be like that person, and we are all
trying to compete.
Yeah,
with this
and I
person
love
and
when they
that
say,
person.
"Well, I'm not competing." Yes, you are, because every time she goes to an event, you pop up like a daisy right behind her. You're trying to be like her. I mean,
Right.
I think sometimes we just have to be honest with ourselves and go, "Okay,
Sure.
What season am I in right now? What is it that I can do right now?" And redefine what rest is. And rest can be something as simple as, I'm going to make sure every night I'm in bed no later than 10 o'clock. Instead of me
try.
staying up to 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning.
I try.
Or,
That
okay,
works.
starting next week, I'm going to adjust my clock. I'm going to make sure that if I'm up early in the morning, I'm going to try to be in bed 30 minutes early. Or I'm going to make sure next week, I know I've got all these contracts to read through, but I'm going to set aside at least 30 minutes for me to read something that's not business related. Just kind of removing yourself from your work sometimes. If it's something as simple as just going outside, if you have a front porch or maybe you have a patio, maybe just stepping outside, especially for me. I know I work at home, so
I work at home too.
going outside and just getting away from that space sometimes kind of shifts my mood. And
Get
shifts
out and
my,
get some vitamin D, y'all. Let that
Yeah.
sun hit you sometimes.
Yeah.
It really does matter, right?
Yeah.
I know, Katrina, you always talk about on Sundays how you get home from church, you turn off your phone.
Yeah, I had to learn to do that.
You take naps, right? And
Yeah.
I remember texting you a long time ago and saying, "Hey, Katrina, I took a nap." That was a huge,
Well,
huge
yeah, but
accomplishment for
it
me.
took me a time to get there. I
Right.
mean, I had to learn because I work a lot of Saturdays, and what
Right.
I had to understand about myself was most people work Monday through Friday, so they're off work Saturday and Sunday. So for them, those are their days of rest. Well, for me, because of the work I do, I work a lot of Saturdays. I work a lot of late evenings.
Right.
And so when people are normally in the bed, I'm usually just getting out of an event or a training session.
Exactly.
I usually, especially on Tuesday and Thursday nights, I teach class from 6 to 8. And so what I had to decide for myself was, okay, when is the best time for me to reconnect with my family, and when's the best time for me? So Sunday's my thing. So from 1 o'clock to 7 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, I don't have my phone out. I don't get on the internet. I don't post on Facebook. I don't know what anybody's doing from 1 to 7 on Sunday afternoon.
Right. And
I'm in my own little world.
Right. And I love it. And it was something that I had to learn to do. And then you always talk about making a not now list, right? And this is powerful. Y'all need to you need to take a note on this. Making a not now list, meaning you don't have to accomplish this right now. Put it on another list.
Yeah.
You know, we used to call it the parking lot back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Put it in the parking lot. You know, we'll get back to it. Is it that important? You know, sometimes we are trying to just do too many things in a day, and we really don't allow ourselves to just kind of, you know, take a break, recharge, you know, reboot, whatever.
And you have to evaluate the opportunities that are presented to you. Some opportunities that come your way, it just may not be a good fit for you right now. And that's why I like calling it my not now list. You know, I've had people to reach out to me and say, hey, Katrina, we would like you to come and do a workshop for us on a certain topic. And I always go back to my family. One of the things I made a commitment to myself because I made so many mistakes when I first started. I sacrificed my family and my personal health.
Yeah.
And I decided, you know, going forward, I'm not going to sacrifice my health or my family. And if I have something I'm already committed to do my family, I will not cancel on my family. I will tell someone, you know, I would really appreciate this opportunity. I would love to come do it. But is there any way we can do this within, you know, 6 weeks from now or maybe 8 weeks from now? And I'll be honest, sometimes people have said, yeah, we would love for you to come maybe next quarter. And then I had some people say, no, this is the only time it's available. And I just have to, like you said, cut your losses and trust the process, because I know that there is no way my business is going to grow and be substantial if I continue to eliminate the time I put in with my family, because you only have them for a certain amount of time.
That's true.
I think another thing that we have to be willing to do too is just take breaks, y'all. I mean, when we say rest, we're not talking about, you know, going in, diving in the bed, pulling the covers over your head. Sometimes just take a break.
Sometimes I want to.
yeah, we have days. I have a lot of days like that. But sometimes if you just take, you know, just take a 5 or 10 minute break. You know, get up, walk. I put an app on my phone. I'm not big on apps, y'all. I'm not the techie girl. But because I sit so much, I put an app on my phone to remind me to get up and move. So I get up and I try to take a couple laps and walk around some.
Oh, that's good.
So again, investing in your rest so that you can be your best. These are just some tips that we use, and we hope that you find that this will be helpful with you on your journey, because if you're going to have a business, your business is based off of you, and if you're not well, then your business won't be well.
I'm gonna tell you what I love, absolutely love. So I have trouble sleeping, right? I have trouble just winding down. I'm so high strung, you know, I just love to have a good time. I love people. I generate a lot of energy. You know, I get a lot of energy from people. Essential oils have been amazing for me. So I use lavender and you know, different things that kind of help me kind of de-stress and settle down a little bit and kind of get me in that twilight where it's like, okay, now I'm cool and I can
now you're ready
drift
to get
off, right?
Off. Yeah.
So there's so many things and so many tips that we can give to our audience tonight, but we'll have to come back and do probably another
come back and do
segment
another segment
on this because it's so good. We do have to get our rest. We do want to be our best.
Absolutely.
Always. So, as always, I want to close our show. We want you to remember where you started. Celebrate right now where you are. Got to do that. Focus on where you're going, and you got to trust the process. Always trust that process. And if nothing else, wind down with us next Wednesday, 8:30. Cheers.
And again, we just want to thank you for coming and spending time with us here at the CEO Mindset. And we invite you to come back and join us next week. Have a great night.
The CEO Mindset is brought to you by
Hill & Company 12 Event Design.